Hello guys, welcome back. Today in this video we will talk about the Audi A5, whether it's the 2-door or the 4-door, and we will go over some of the common issues and problems that you will need to be aware before buying the Audi A5. If you're new to my channel, I'm a car trader dealing with all makes and models, and the purpose of my videos is to simply make you aware and educate you of some of the common issues related to these cars. The points and problems I mention in these videos all come from experience buying and selling in the trade, and I'm only picking out the most common faults I've come across over the years. So the first issue I want to talk about is the timing chain issue. The petrol Audis usually come with timing chains instead of the common timing belts. The timing chains don't really need to be serviced and replaced regularly like the timing belt engines. Most timing chain engines can last as long as the life of the vehicle when oil changes are made on time and manufacturer recommended oil has been used. However, the Audi timing chains have a history of problems with the tensioners going bad and result in the chain become loose, which can cause complete engine damage. Symptoms of a bad timing chain are rattling and cracking sounds when the engine is started, and sometimes the check engine light will come on. Continuous driving with a bad timing chain will likely damage your engine and cost you thousands of pounds. The second issue I want to talk about is the start-stop malfunction. The start-stop technology has been long used on many cars over the years, and their purpose is increasing fuel efficiency and reduce pollution. Usually when you pull up to a traffic stop, the start-stop kicks in by shutting off your car and starting the engine again when you're ready to drive away. I personally don't like this at all, and my first action of driving is to disable this feature as soon as possible. Now, the problem with the Audi start-stops usually happen over time with use and wear and tear. The system starts to malfunction and affect many other systems in the car. When the start-stop kills the engine, you will still have access to aircon and power steering, but when it fails, the car will throw a bunch of error messages on the dash, and it will affect the throttle response, reduce power steering, and put the car into limp mode. Usually when you switch off the engine and on again manually, the system will restart itself and start working again, but it may not be possible all the time and it could put you in a sticky situation. To fix this issue, usually you have to do a software update from main dealer, and if that doesn't sort out the problem, then you will have to change the start-stop system, which may cost a lot of money, and it's somewhere from £500 to £2,000 based on the model and the year of the Audi A5. The third issue I want to talk about is a random error message coming on the dash asking to top up oil now. Now, this is a very interesting subject, and most people have ended up damaging their cars beyond repair due to this message popping up on the dashboard. I have had a few Audi A5s with this issue in the past, and I was really struggling to find a solution at the start. Usually the petrol versions randomly to ask you to top up oil, and most people would just follow the instructions and add oil to the engine. However, 99% of the times this is related to a faulty sensor and have nothing to do with the oil level of the engine. I learned that the hard way after damaging an engine, then to realize that there was sufficient oil in the engine. So basically, the way Audi have designed for the oil level sensors to reset and measure engine oil level during and after a service of the engine is to know that when the bonnet has opened during the service and to know when it has been closed after oil change has taken place. Usually during the service, you would open the bonnet and replace the oil, and when you are done, you would close the bonnet and start the car. That's when the oil level sensor starts to measure the engine oil level again. A faulty bonnet switch will make the oil level sensor think that the bonnet has not been closed after a service. So after you drive away from the garage or wherever you've serviced the car, the oil level sensor will think there is not enough oil in the car because it will think that the bonnet is still open. So that's when the message pops up on the dash to stop and top up oil. Most people wouldn't notice that the bonnet switch is faulty or doesn't work, because when the bonnet switch is faulty, it wouldn't show any message on the dash whether the bonnet's open or closed, so you have no idea. And usually when the message comes up, you would normally stop the car and add oil. That's what happened to me. I added oil to one of my Audis when they asked me to, and I kept doing it. Over time it damaged the engine. So after this happened to me, I came across a video showing this exact issue and the fix of it, and I'm surprised that a lot of people don't know about this, and Audis have this problem, especially with the petrol versions for some reason. To know if your Audi has this problem, the first thing you would do is open the bonnet and see if it shows that the bonnet's open in the dash. If it doesn't, then the bonnet switch is faulty, and it's likely gonna ask you to top up oil after the service when there's enough oil in the engine. It's a very easy fix and very inexpensive, but it can cause such a big damage to your engine if you don't know what you're dealing with. I hope this makes sense and not confusing, because it took me a long time to find a solution for this issue. However, if your car shows the bonnet is open and still asks for oil, then it's likely that your engine is burning oil excessively, which is also a common fault, and regular top up of oil is advised with these engines. Now, these are all the problems so far I've faced with the Audi A5s in the past few years. You must remember that all cars have issues and repair costs are different from one brand to another. My advice is always leave some of your budget aside for repairs that may come sometimes after purchase, and never spend all your budget on the car so you're not stranded when your luck runs out. Guys, this is the end of the video. If this video has helped you out, please leave a like and subscribe for future content, and I'll see you guys in the next one.